Death Valley, Clemson Memorial Stadium. EA Sports college football coverage continues on this Saturday with a mid-afternoon clash. It ought to be a sensational game. It's the Texas Tech Red Raiders and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollard, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Death Valley, the tradition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Taylor wants to throw. Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
And running backs who can add to the passing game, they can be so dangerous because once they get the catch, they're operating in much more open space than they would be on a handoff. And it really also tests the linebacker's coverage ability and those DBs' tackling ability.
They're all over him. Chase to the right. The throw. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover. Great place to start for this offense. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They get to him as he throws. Catch in the middle. It's Preston. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. Great spot to attack there. Right off the turnover, try to strike and keep them reeling.
Absolutely. Coaching 101. Sudden change. When you create a turnover and you get the ball back on offense, attack, attack, attack. Use the momentum. Try to make a big play.
They get him on the ground, and boy, they took the business end of that run as he picked up 8. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They give it to him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
Push it ahead. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
And the Tigers will try to convert on 4th down. Needs it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
And the running game is so important when you get inside that 10-yard line and that field starts to shrink. And it's so nice to have a back with some physicality. Great job running the football, using that stiff arm, finishing the run, and getting in the end zone.
And the extra point is good. He'll bring it out. It's Coleman Williams. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Red Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Taylor wants to throw it. The screen, and watch out. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown them 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Joyner. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Finds a crease. It's Sticky. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
He wants to take the top off. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. It's still a successful play.
They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Trying to slip through and pick it up. Oh, he's got some space. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the fantastic 25-yard touchdown run. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
It's so hard to play defense when you've got things in front of you. Everybody going one direction, somebody coming back the other direction. You can't trust your eyes. Really good job by the offense, giving you some eye candy, something to look at so it wasn't easy coming downhill right at you. Hard to diagnose plays.
He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. And the Red Raiders, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He'll take it himself. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
The quarterback keeps it. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
They'll give it to Joyner. And he stopped right there, no gain on the play.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Gets the back moving. That touch pass went nowhere. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Taylor wants to throw. Quickly to the tight end. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wide receiver comes in motion. Hands it off on the counter. Knocked down immediately.
And I think a lot of times when offenses run these counters, you're going to fake one way, right? Pull guys the other direction. If you can get some penetration really quickly, get behind those pullers, you got a chance to get in the backfield just like right there and create a TFO.
Here comes the heat. Taken down.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it, try to get his offense some positive yards.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll run it. It's sticky. Gets it inside the 5, and now it'll be 1st and goal from the 4.
And I think this is starting to get really frustrating for this defense, man. This is a drive that they're putting play after play together. And you finally force the third down, and they get the 1st down again. And so starting to sub some bodies because they're getting a little bit tired. They've got to find a way to get a 3rd down stop.
First and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. The fake and wants to throw. And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
It's a big-time moment for the defense. They're creating a negative play, getting a sack with the opponent right down on the goal line. Now that they've backed him up a little bit, a touchdown doesn't seem like it's just a gimme anymore.
A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Taylor wants to throw it. Under pressure. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
I think you've seen 2 plays back-to-back with poor pass protection in front. Guys have to do a better job. You've got a golden chance here to put a touchdown on the board. 2 consecutive plays. They can't protect the QB. Man, I've been a holder. It's never fun to see a field goal blocked because you're so low to the ground and you have that unique perspective. You see the mountain growing in front of you. All those hands going up, and you know that kicker has got no shot. That thing is going to get blocked.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Second down, gonna throw it. The short hands, it's Johnson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They turn to the passing game on third and short. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Hands it off. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Runs through a tackle. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on it if they can stop him on third down. Taylor wants to throw. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The Red Raiders will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. The snap, wants to start the drive with a pass. Extending the play. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job by this defense making him think really quickly and make a decision.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Back open in the middle. Across the 25, he's got room. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Quick give, it's Johnson. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Sets his feet. It's Denson. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Right side, it's Preston. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense, 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Still looking. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. On the sideline, got it in the end zone.
I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Taylor wants to throw it. Look out! At the 35, he's loose. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be 1st down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Fresh setter down's going to the air. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellows, welcome in to our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We start with Notre Dame taking on the number 23 team, the BYU Cougars. And it's the Fighting Irish, looking to make it 3 straight to start the new year. They're already on top in the first half.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Oh, pressure's coming. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And this offense has done such a good job protecting their dude at quarterback, but the defense finally gets home. Listen, that's their 3rd sack in 2 weeks. They got to do a better job applying pressure on the quarterback.
3rd and long coming up. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Back to pass, it's Denson. Lets it fly. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And that's the play the defense absolutely had to have. You know, going into halftime, you were down on the scoreboard. You just needed something really good to happen. And so right away, you get the interception, you create a turnover. That is huge. And it's critical now this offense is able to come on the field, take this thing down the field, score a touchdown, shorten this lead. You need complementary football right now.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Out wide right, it's Simmons. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
Well, if they're going to get back in this game, they need more plays like that. That was something that was missing in the first half. Explosive plays in the passing game, and they get one here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if these receivers can make more plays like that as this game goes on.
They dialed up a beauty on that last one. It got him inside the red zone. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 16. Hits inside. It's Thomas. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Sends it back in motion. Taylor wants to throw. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that 1st down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short.
Really nice job by the defense that time. 3rd down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up 4th down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Motion from the back. On the snap, it's Johnson. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll ride him again. He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
You've got a third and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. Back to pass, it's Denson. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
That ball carrier is very lucky. Easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking for room. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Texas Tech will start the drive, the offense ready to go. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Right side, it's Hudson.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing it. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They are on the move. As they pick up the first down, they'll spot it at the 28.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to need to see from this offense, man. Once the field starts to shrink, you get on this side of the field, you're down by 10 points, man. You need to put the ball in the end zone. Like, you're thinking touchdown, not field goal. And they really got to be physical, establish this run game, and do everything they can to get 7 on this drive.
Taylor wants to throw it. He's got it. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. And the Red Raiders want to move quickly. Wants to throw on first. Pulls it in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. On the run, it's Dickey. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Coming into this game, man, the focal point was on the running back, right? We've got to stop the running back. Talking to these coaches, they've got to be physical. 1 guy, 2 guy, 3 guys have to get there. Man, they've done an unbelievable job being physical, getting him on the ground, and really shutting a great player down so far this game.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. 1 more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Taylor wants to throw. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Lining up for the PAT. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. So they marched the ball 41 yards on that drive and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Straight ahead, it's Johnson. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They'll send the back in motion. Direct snap. It's Johnson. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Man, it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Looking downfield, it's Denson. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Throwing on the run. And he's got it inside the 25.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you can just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Snap to the back. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Back has it. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The Tigers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Dropping back, it's Denson. Moving to his left. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play.
That's such a gut punch if you're the defense, because you're trailing in this game. You've got to find a way to get off the field on third down, but you can't stop the quarterback scramble. He's just been making plays in this game in critical moments, none bigger than that one right there with the lead late in the game.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. The give as they work on that clock. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Changing the routes with his receiver. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack. You avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Taylor wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Out wide right, it's Thomas. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Lofts one deep down the right side. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB. Long way to go on second down. Looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Simmons. There he goes. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. The Red Raiders right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Escapes the pressure to his right. Hauls it in. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Wants to throw again. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Fitted in the window for the score. Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The give to the back. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more